Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be going over the Ubbi Dubbi 2023 lineup and set times. I got a couple requests to go into Ubbi Dubbi. I'm not going this year, but I've gone in the past and it's definitely a super fun festival. Let's dive into the lineup and then we'll go into some of the set times. I did prep this video as a lineup video and then I saw set times were out, so I was like, let's cover it. Kicking it off on Saturday, we have Blossom. If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know I love and adore Blossom. She is definitely a really incredible bass house artist. She's also been dabbling in some drum and bass. Death Pack is going to be some of that like mid-tempo, heavy and dark kind of bass. If you like Rez, you would really like Death Pact. Dioro is a very high energy type set, kind of like, I don't even know, Big Room almost, close to that, but it's very just like bouncy and high energy. Disco Lines is definitely an up-and-coming house artist to watch. I've been loving a lot of his releases. I'm curious to see what a set from him is like. I haven't seen a set of his before. Dombresky is always a good time. It's groovy house, it's vibey house. Dr. Fresh, some of that heavy hitting dark kind of bass house, even closer to bass now. Some of his releases have been more in like the mid-tempo bass kind of genre. I love always seeing Dr. Fresh. He also is just a nice person and has good energy to him. Eden Prince, I actually do have a couple songs saved. This is going to be like a vibey-er, groovy kind of tech house kind of set. I feel like this would be a really cool like daytime house set to see. Heritage, this is a bass artist. He has a couple of songs with like BTSM and Excision, very like hard hitting heavy bass. He also has a really dope beard. Jason Ross is going to be like your melodic bass, very similar to like a Seven Lions, but also has very like euphoric kind of trance kind of vibe to it as well. Jessica Audifred, this is definitely a heavy hitting dubstep artist. She's from Mexico. I have yet to see her, but I've heard really amazing things about her. Cascade is always a good time. Love me some Cascade. I believe I've seen Cascade before at Ubbi Dubbi. I think that was the year I went. But Cascade is always good. He's always feel good. Always makes you feel some type of way. I'd be curious if he also blends in some of the songs he's been doing with Deadmau5 with his project K5. Hazo, he's also a very heavy hitting bass artist. He also has been doing like a guitar component to it, like intertwining some rock elements into his music as well. Murata, from what I've heard, is a very intense and heavy dubstep type set. I've just seen a lot of videos of like mosh pits and whatnot. Not my kind of vibe, but if you like bass music, definitely would be cool to check out. Ma P, this is definitely an artist that has just been on the rise in the past year with a couple of his songs that have blown up. I have been wanting to see him. I just haven't gotten a chance to see him yet, but he's definitely on my list to see. Muse, I wasn't familiar with, but this was a tech house artist. Pauline Hare, I just talked about her in my EDC video. This is an artist that I mainly knew as a vocalist, but she's also been dabbling in producing now. I'd be curious to see if she also DJs and then sings live. This is definitely a set I'd be interested in seeing. Ray Volpe has also had a really big 2022, and that's coming into 2023 as well. I feel like his sets also emulate, you know, his song Lasers, and he's definitely going to throw down at Ubbi Dubbi. Sisto, I wasn't too familiar with, but it was bass from what I listened to, and it was very similar to like Sudden Death. Like when I was listening, it was reminding me a lot of Sudden Death. Slander, our Heaven Trap boys, they definitely do a range, I feel like, of bass music within their sets. The last time I saw them was EDC 2021, and we really enjoyed that set. I don't think we got to see them at Electric Forest, but they've also been, you know, blending in techno too lately. They're doing a whole techno set at EDC, so they might sneak in a techno song or two or something at Ubbi Dubbi. Slushy, I have not seen in a very long time, but I have such a soft spot for Slushy. But I don't know what his sets are like now at all, or really his music at all. But I remember I used to be such a Slushy fan back in like 2016, 2017. Truth and Lies, this is going to be, I believe it's a house duo. I do have a couple of their songs saved. Do really enjoy kind of their music. Yeah, the house music on this day is very solid, I will say. Yetep is going to be some of like your future bass, feel good. If you like Set the Sky, if you like Dabin, William Black, you would really like Yetep. And then ending on Saturday, we have Zomboy. And I have not seen Zomboy in a very long time, but this is going to be like your classic dubstep heavy type of set. For day one, I picked 5 top artists to check out. I would recommend Blossom, Disco Lines, Mal P, Pauline Hare, and then Yetep. And then as for those set times, let's take a look at those. I feel like I might conflict myself here. If I was going to Ubbi Dubbi, I would probably want to kick my day off with Digital Dre. I would actually kick it off. She's a DJ here in Austin. She plays a lot of like the shows around here. She opens for certain artists. I really love her vibe, and like she puts together really cool sets. She's going to be opening the house stage, which is Zoom Room. Dubby stage is going to be more bass music, and then Ubbi stage is like your headliners, like it's a variety of type music. So I'd probably start at the Zoom Room, Digital Dre, and honestly I could probably live at the Zoom Room all of Saturday, but I would probably start out with Digital Dre from 3 to 4:30. I'd probably leave a little bit earlier to go see Pauline Hare at Ubbi stage from 3:15 to 4:40. Then where would I go? I'd probably stay for Yetep from 4:40 to 5:30. Then I would probably stay for Disco Lines 5:30 to 6:30. Then I would bounce over to Blossom 6:30 to 7:30, see Mal P for 7:30 to 8:30. And then I would probably, very interesting that they put Jason Ross in between Ray Volp and Death Pact. Like, I think that's very interesting that they did that. I would probably go to Eden Prince, hang out there for a little bit, and then I would probably, after Eden Prince ends at 9:30, probably go see Slander and then end with Cascade. I feel like that's how my schedule would be. So I'd probably see Digital Dre, Pauline Here, Yetep, Disco Lines, then go see Blossom, Mal P to Eden Prince, then end at Slander and Cascade. Not too bad of a day one, and I get to go to all the stages, so that's not too bad. Moving on to day 2, so Sunday, we have Adventure Club, which my heart, I have such a soft spot for Adventure Club. I absolutely love them. I will always love them. Ben Hemsley is actually a house artist I've been really interested in seeing. One of his new releases, go check it out. It's like, I think it's like about bounce with the groove or something like that. It's really catchy, really good, tech house kind of vibe. Bonnie and Clyde I haven't seen in a while. I'm not too sure. They dabble kind of in bass and also house. I'm not too sure what, you know, they're typically playing these days, but they do have really good high energy, and like I love the dynamic between them always. Kaposi, if you like Mala, if you like Chami, you would like Kaposi for sure. I've definitely been wanting to see her. Cloverdale, this is also a really solid house artist to check out. I've been seeing him on a lot of lineups, which is cool to see. Fairlane, this is going to be more of like your future bass. Fies, I only found one song on Spotify for Fies, and it was more so like bass house. Freakon's definitely going to be a fun tech house set, pretty similar to like a West End or Deeper Purpose. Habstrack for some bass house vibes. Hayes back-to-back Tape B. These two are bass artists, but when I was listening through to both of them, it kind of reminded me of like a Zed's Dead kind of vibe, and so this would definitely be interesting to see. I would be curious to see from both of them. I also feel like I see Hayes a lot on my Twitter feed. I think he tweets a lot, and he tweets a lot of funny things. That was just like a random thought. Amanu, I've actually been wanting to see. I definitely vibe with their music. I've definitely had them on my list to check out. Kiva is going to be experimental bass. Lamorne is going to be some of that like stutter kind of house that we've been seeing. Pretty similar to like a Madeon, but more house-like, and almost kind of like a Fred Again too. Liquid Stranger for some of those experimental bass vibes. Same with Mersive. Mian, I love seeing. She's a very good high energy tech house set. Midas is going to have some of those future melodic bass type music. More Kismet, they also play like future bass and like a variety of bass from what I've heard. I still have not seen More Kismet. I don't know how. I still have not seen them. We also have Rez, our space mom. She's always good to see. I haven't seen her in a long time. Actually, probably since 2021 at EDC, I saw a little bit of her set. She always throws down. San Holo is going to have a DJ set. Been a minute since I've seen a San Holo set, to be quite honest. I'm not quite sure what he's been doing. San Holo, I do have a soft spot for, you know, 2016 era, 2017 era for sure. Timmy Trumpet, I know a lot of people love Timmy Trumpet for some of that like big room, high energy type set. Wax Motif is always a good time. And then finally, Zingara. I love Zingara. She's my girl. She has been, throwing down and rising up in the experimental bass genre. She has been killing it. Her new song, I think it's WWYB3, which is, wait, what's your big three? I absolutely love that song. I'm going to finally get to see her at Electric Forest, which I'm very stoked about. So my day 2 recs, I would select Ben Hemsley, Amanu, Kiva, Mian, and Zingara. So almost all of those I have never seen except for Mian. I tried to pick ones that I hadn't seen. As for set times, let's take a look at this. I would probably just bounce around, honestly, for that first hour. There's not anyone I'm too keen on seeing. Then I would probably go to Lamorne at 3:35 to 4:25 just to check him out. Then I would probably bounce over to Freak On from 4:30 to 5:30. Then I would go to Kiva from 5:45 to 6:45, stay for Zingara 6:45 to 7:45. Ooh, then I would want to stay for Umanu 7:45 to 8:45, but I would probably split it with Ben Hemsley from 7:30 to 8:30. I think that's how that's playing out. Then I would see Mian from 8:30 to 9:30. What would I do after that? I would miss Adventure Club. That's okay, because I have seen them a lot. After that, I might go to San Holo from 9:45 to 10:45. Or I would go to Liquid Stranger just to catch some of that from 9:30 to 10:40. Where I would end, I'm pretty indifferent between Rez, Bonnie and Clyde, and Wax Motif. Pretty indifferent with all of those, to be quite honest. So I would either bounce around and whatever I'm vibing to or digging, like I would stay there, essentially. That is how day 2 would kind of map out for me if I were going to Ubbi Dubbi. That is it for today's video. I hope you have the best time at Ubbi Dubbi. If you have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. Let me know who you're excited to see. Like I said, I hope you have the best time. Thank you so much for tuning in and vibing with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.